بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Quick question. This is something I've had for a while, just out of seeing comments. Why is it, and you can just be brief because I want to get to the caller. Why does it seem and appear that you are really, really like over generous to Islam, but harsh against Christianity?
No, it's so simple. It's because number one and foremost is because Muslims are not out there creating Jews for Muhammad. They're not doing this kind of stuff. We are right now living in a time when Jews and Muslims are having the worst possible relationship we've had in history. It's possible to say. Certainly one of the worst. But as it turns out, Muslims are not out there trying to convert Jews. There are big problems right now. I don't want to avoid that. But that doesn't mean there are no Jews who convert to Islam and there are no Muslims that convert to Jews. There are. I know in both directions. There's always going to be some homogenization, but because Muslims are not out there trying to convert Jews to Christianity, to Islam, so of course I'm not going to. I'm not, just trying to pick a barroom fight with people. If Hindus would start trying to convert Jews to Hinduism, so I would certainly respond to that. Moreover, of course, I'm exposed to Christianity, which is Trinitarian. Islam is not Trinitarian, so it's not idolatry. So that's the reason why. It's just so simple. It's just respect. If you leave us alone, I'm talking religiously, we're having a big problem. We really are, but it's not this issue, and therefore that's why.
So, and you said they're not in idolatry. Could you elaborate that?
Well, Islam is a complete monotheism. I mean, they believe in one God. La ilaha illallah. There's no God but the true God. Well, I'm not a Muslim. There are many differences between Islam and Judaism, but Muslims do not worship a man as God. They consider Jesus to be a Rasul, a Navi, a prophet, and they revere him very much, but they would never worship him. They attack the notion that Jesus is the Son of God or anything like that. And the Quran directly attacks the doctrine of the Trinity. But I am routinely attacked by Christians because I don't attack Islam. Well, if Muslims are not trying to convert Jews, it doesn't mean that in Hyde Park a Muslim won't start, dawah. They would want Jews to convert to Islam. They would, but they're not doing this crazy stuff that the Christians are doing. And it is not idolatry, and they also reject vicarious atonement. So why would I attack Muslims who are basically not trying to convert the Jews? And I'll tell you this, I receive not one, but many, many questions from Muslims every day to understand Judaism better. They have a high respect for the religion. Again, we're going through tough times now, and there are very significant differences between Judaism and Islam. But it's impossible to ignore that Muslims are true monotheists and totally reject the teachings of Paul, specifically vicarious atonement. They hate the teachings of Paul and the notion that someone is forgiven because someone dies for their sins. They hate that kind of stuff. They believe that a person is forgiven by repenting, and God, through his mercy, forgives someone.